The Women in Science Committee is committed to support women in science throughout their careers, especially when they become more senior. Two of the main challenges when women want to apply for more senior positions are first, becoming a mom, and secondly, to be successful applicants for fellowships. We had a great seminar about maternity in science with Rebecca Garcia, Ana Bosch, and Patricia Bernal, in which they discuss how becoming a mom affected their careers. And secondly, very recently, we had a very interesting seminar about how to be successful applicant for fellowships in academia when you try to become a principal investigator by Amaya Robarrena and Susana Garcia.
Women are often underrepresented in the field of engineering, with only 16% of people working in engineering in the UK being women. As part of our autumn seminar series last December, our committee decided to give voice to some of these women engineers. We had the pleasure to have Professor María Ángeles Pérez Anson from the University of Zaragoza in Spain and Professor Virginia Ruiz Garate from University of West England Bristol in the UK sharing their research with us, focusing on one of the biggest societal challenges today, our aging population. They both contribute to improve our health and daily lives with their research by developing engineering tools that support personalized diagnosis, treatment and rehabilitation across the healthcare sector.
Our committee is also experienced in running events in collaboration with other associations, as for example the round table that we organized together with the Women Committee for the Association of Spanish Researchers in the US, but also in collaboration with Raíces. And together with them, we have attended to an international conference where we were discussing the inequalities of women in higher education academy. That conference, we presented our result of the research that we conducted as a group of associations via poster. That poster has had a very high impact actually on the different institutions that attended to this conference, until the point that they suggested us to write a book where we are expanding much more on our findings. This book is going to compile the information for up to 16 different countries where we are analyzing how women progress in their careers within academy, to find out what good practice guidelines actually we can share to the countries that are doing worse than others. We were kindly invited by Radio Nacional de España, a Spanish radio station, where they were interviewing us to discuss actually about what topics were the ones that need to be addressed in order to promote the career of women in 3 different fields.
Since 2015, the International Day of Women and Girls in Science is celebrated on February 11th. The Women Equity and Research Committee is especially active in this day, since one of its main goals is encouraging the career in science of girls that are still at a school level, and also play a role model for those little ones that dream to devote their lives to science one day. In 2022, some members of the committee gave virtual talks to primary and high schools to promote science, higher education studies and STEM careers among the Spanish students, an activity that was actually enjoyed equally by both teachers and students.
The Women in Science Committee from Spanish researchers in UK collaborated with the radio show Fase Experimental to interview Ángela Bernardo, author of the book Acoso #MeToo in Spanish Science. This was a special event from our committee for the 11th Women in Science Day in 2021. The interview focused on the issue of the sexual harassment and bullying against women university and research centers in Spain. Our committee called for zero tolerance towards such a kind of behavior.
As part of our autumn seminar series, we also organized an online seminar where Dr. Victoria Shugurmi and Dr. Carol Tomlin explained their difficulties and challenges being Black women in academia. We believe that addressing these unique lived experiences, which are the result of the combination between structural racism and sexism in academia, is only the first step towards the many actions needed for a fairer, anti-sexist and anti-racist system.
The International Day of Women and Girl in Science, our committee organized an event for students from the Instituto Español Vicente Cañada Blanch, supported by the Spanish Embassy in London. In these events, we organized inspired talk about female scientists and hand-on experiment where the students are going to learn about DNA instructions, identify cells in blood, digging into paleontology, and light chemistry and magic in materials.
We believe that by promoting and celebrating women in STEM, we will create female role models for girls, improving their belief that they can also pursue a successful career in STEM.